He wants to erect a bamboo frame, and what does he do in the sense? He sent, there were two laborers helping him out, that is Sanna and Mara. Author is very curious. He is shocked to see why this Mara is tying that creeper to the next tree. If you're not going to show me the creeper right now, I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to kill you. Mara is trying to segregate. While segregating, he finds a creeper and he shouts at Sanna, "Why did you pluck this, you fool?" Hello everyone, I'm Babita Tamaya, lecturer, Department of English, Vidyashram Pre-University College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. In my previous session, I had discussed about the poem, The Schoolboy. In my today's session, I'll be discussing about the chapter around a medicinal creeper, written by K.P. Purnachandra Tejasvi. K.P. Kuppalli Puttappa Purnachandra Tejasvi. Let's see about the author. Purnachandra Tejasvi is a prominent Kannada writer, novelist, photographer, ornithologist, publisher, painter, and environmentalist who made a great impression on the Navya period of Kannada literature and inaugurated the Bande epoch with his short story collection Avechurna Post Office. In the early of his writing career, Tejasvi wrote poems but later connected on short stories, novels, and essays. He has a distinguished style of writing which had heralded a new era in Kannada literature. Let's see the background of this chapter. What is the background? This chapter throws light on misconceptions and mystification about the medicinal plant available in Western Ghats. Characters like Sanna and Mara stories kept Tejasvi at bay. So characters like Sanna and Mara, the stories, whatever they say, Purnachandra Tejasvi is in a confusion mode whether to believe them or not. Unraveling the mystery of the unusual medicinal creeper led author to pen down his experience. So before 20 years, he had heard about the medicinal creeper, and next, again after 20 years, he is experiencing about the same medicinal creeper. Let's see the main characters in this chapter. The characters in this chapter are author himself, Sanna, Mara, Krishna, Malayali Sadhu. These five are the very important characters. Chandru, plant pathologist who studies about plant, and English doctor. These are the main characters of this chapter. Let's begin the session. About the author. Once, author and his laborers were erecting the bamboo frames to protect the coffee seed bed from the sun by protecting up a shade over it. Here, the author has started with the coffee plantation and has sowed the coffee seed bed, and the bed is ready on the ground, but he has to protect the seed from the sunlight. So, he wants to erect a bamboo frame, and what does he do in the sense? He sent, there were two laborers helping him out, that is Sanna and Mara. So Mara sends Sanna to the forest to get some creepers so they can tie the bamboo frame. They did not have a twig, so they thought of tying the bamboo frame with a creeper. So Sanna was sent to the forest. So after some time, Sanna will come with a bundle of creepers, and he just placed in front of Mara. And now Mara is just trying to segregate the creepers, and while segregate, he finds one of the creeper there and he starts shouting at Sanna, "You fool, why did you pluck this creeper?" They needed something to tie the cane pieces placed across the frame. As I told, the coffee bed seed wanted to be protected from the sunlight. So they have erected a bamboo frame, and now they are going to tie it with the cane pieces which is placed across the frame. Sanna is sent to the forest and he has got some bundles, and now Mara is trying to segregate. While segregating, he finds a creeper and he shouts at Sanna, "Why did you pluck this, you fool? Where did you get this creeper from?" So Sana says there are many creepers like this in the forest. So Mara is out of curiosity. What does he do in the sense? He just asks Sana to take me to the forest and show me where these creepers are lying. I just want to see the creepers. Now the author is very curious to know why Mara is jumping around like this. Why he's so curious. What is all about this creeper? Out of sheer curiosity, even author followed and saw Mara tying the creeper to a nearby tree. So here now, Sana has taken Mara to the forest and is just showing the creepers over there which was lying. As soon as Mara sees the creeper, what he is doing in the sense, he is trying to tie the creeper to the next tree over there. Author was surprised and questioned, Mara, why did you tie that creeper to the tree? So now author is very curious. He is shocked to see why this Mara is tying that creeper to the next tree. Why it is so important. Now the author is questioning Mara, why did you tie the creeper to the next tree? The thief, he said, now it will be lying. He's saying, the thief, now the creeper will be lying there. It will not go anywhere from that place. Why? Where do you think it will run to? I asked. Who's I, your author? Now the author is questioning. If you don't tie this creeper, do you think that it will just fly away or it will run away from the place wherever it is? And now Mara says, oh, it means to say that you really don't know the story of this creeper. I'll let you know the story. So now Mara has started saying the story about this creeper, why it is important and why he has to tie the creeper to the very next tree when he finds it. Oh, you don't know about this creeper. So Mara is telling to the author, you don't know about this creeper. It has been cursed by a sage. The curse is that when someone needs this plant, they shall not find it. Why Mara is trying the creeper? He says that it is a curse from the sage. What is the curse? If you go in search of that creeper inside the forest, you will not find it. So that is why whenever they see the creeper, they'll just tie it to the nearby plant so that it will be safe. Whenever they will go and search for it, they will find it very easily. Only for that purpose they tie. So what is the curse here? If you go in search of this plant or this creeper, you will not find it. So they keep tying it to the next tree. So when you want it and search for it, you won't be able to find it, dear life. So you will be not able to find it for your dear life. That is why when you find it, you must immediately tie it to the nearby plant so that it will be lying there, explained Mara. So Mara is explaining, whenever you see this plant, you have to tie it to the nearby tree so that it will be remain there. So the fact, what is the fact about this creeper? Now the author wants to know about the fact. Whatever the story Mara is telling, whether it's a fact, does it have any meaning in it? Does it have any value for whatever he is saying? Can I believe this? So what is the fact behind these leaves? This creeper has small leaves resembling beetle leaves and bears fruit in a bunch like grapes. Immediately after the rains, this plant comes up and flowers very quickly, puts forth flowers and fruits and dies. So when it starts, so whatever the medicinal creeper Mara has tied to the next tree, it is resembling, the leaves resembles like a beetle leaf and you can find the fruits in that leaves and it starts growing during the rainy season and it bears its fruit and suddenly it dies. And again you can find this creeper in the next rainy season. Until then it will be not available. It comes up again only in the next rainy season. So they probably tie it to a tree nearby so that it is identified or located. So once the rainy season stops, again you can find the creeper in the next rainy season. So only for that purpose, they'll tie the creeper to the plant so that it will be easy to locate or easy to identify. The author confirms that he learned a lot more about these plants and herbs. So the author confirms saying that he had learned more about plants and herbs. The next, after effects of deforestation. So we ourselves is responsible where we don't know the value of the medicinal creeper or the Ayurvedic medicine. Ayurvedic medicine is the best medicine in the world without any side effects. So here we ourselves will be responsible. We want furniture for our houses. We just try to destroy the forest. So by looking into all this, we don't even find the medicinal plants or medicinal creeper or herbs in the forest because everything is destroyed by we human beings. Author mentions disappearance of herbs and people. One must realize that if one disappears, the other becomes useless. What is one must realize and one disappears, the other becomes useless. What is one here? One is the person who knows about the medicinal herbs, the medicinal values, or the medicinal creeper. Does he share the knowledge with other people? No. But now what happens in the sense, the one who knows about the medicinal values, they are dying. They are dying each and every day where they are not sharing their knowledge, and the others become useless. Because if they want to get this Ayurvedic medicine, the others are not getting use of it because the one who knows about it, they are dying day by day. So from where they'll get the medicine? They don't get the Ayurvedic medicine and they don't even share their knowledge with others. Praise high. What is this praise high here? Mara praised the creeper to the skies, seeing that every inch of it was medicinal. He did not tell me what exactly it cured. So when Mara is tying the creeper, he is just tying the creeper to a very height so that saying every inch of this creeper, every inch of this leaves will be of medicinal values. And he told each and everything, he praised everything, but he never told which disease or diseases does it cure. Whether he did not want to tell me or simply did not know is not known. So author is just thinking he did not want to share with me, or even he did not know which disease does it cure. I really don't know. But whatever he is saying, I think that it is a lie. It is not the fact. Mara spun such exciting yarns that instead of tying it to the tree, even if he had tied the creeper around his neck, people were not likely to take him seriously. So Mara spun an exciting. He's just keep on saying the stories continuously one after the other. And now author is asking, instead of tying the creeper to the next plant, he could have tied the creeper around his neck. He can roll the creeper around his neck. If he roll the creeper around his neck and walk also, the people will be least bothered. But his stories were marvelous, and even when they were not true. But whatever the stories Mara says, it is marvelous. Whoever it is, they believe that it is the fact. There is some medicinal value. Whatever the stories he is saying, it is truth. The people will think that because the way he conveys the story, it is so marvelous. Now, let's see his first story. What is the first story about this creeper? Mara's story. One day what happens here, Mara goes to the forest. He wanted the bamboo frame. He goes to the forest and he tries to cut the bamboo with the help of the sickle. While cutting the bamboo, what happens? He'll just cut his hand. There was a cut in his hand and the blood was oozing a lot. So what does he do? He just tried to manage and just pluck one of the leaf and keep on his hand, that is where there was a cut. He'll keep the leaf and tie the wound with a lungi. Lungi, a piece of cloth what he has owned. He'll just tie that lungi on his hand and he'll just run towards the English doctor. Hulindalu is the English doctor. He goes to him for the treatment. And while going, you can see his clothes is with blood stains because the blood was spilling so badly. He runs to the English doctor, and the doctor, after seeing Mara's clothes, he'll come with the first aid kit with the cotton, Dettol, everything he comes. And Mara is just trying to open it. He'll just open the bandage, take out the leaf, and he'll be shocked because there are surprises after surprises. What was the surprise here? He had a cut in his hand. But when he went to the English doctor, there was no wound and no mark of that cut also. So the English doctor, he gets angry and he questioned Mara, do you think I am a fool? So Mara says, after looking into my clothes, do you think that I am telling a lie? He says, no, I had a cut in my hand. Now the Englishman or the English doctor wants to know which plant or the creeper he had plucked. And the Englishman says, please take me to the forest and show me that creeper so that I'll give my entire property to you. So Englishman is saying whatever the property is having, he'll give the entire property to Mara if he shows the creeper. Both Mara and the Englishman goes to the forest. They start searching for the creeper from morning till evening, but Mara was not able to identify the creeper. Here, the Englishman gets angry, and what does he do? He'll just take out his gun and points out at Mara, saying that if you're not going to show me the creeper right now, I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to kill you. What Mara will do? He doesn't have any other way. He searched everywhere from morning till evening, but he couldn't identify the creeper. At last, he falls to the feet of the Englishman and he says, I really not able to identify. Please forgive me. So the Englishman says, you better run away from the place or else I'll kill you. Now, the author is very angry listening to his nonsense stories. Each and every time he comes with one or the other story. So what was his first story? First story was about cutting. He wanted a bamboo frame, goes to the forest, and while cutting with the sickle, he will cut his hand. There was a blood oozing. Keep a leaf and tie the lungi. Goes to the English doctor, and the English doctor, he'll be surprised to see, and he say that if you show me the creeper, I'm going to give my entire property. Now the author is wondering, is it the fact? Is it the truth? Let's see what is all about. Hearing Mara's story, Tejasvi was too irritated and told him that his story was a cock and bull story. So what the author, the Tejasvi, is saying, whatever the story you says, it is the cock and the bull story. It is fabricated. I don't believe you. To this, he replied with another story, and his author says, instead of you going and searching inside the forest from morning till evening, you could have gone to the place where you were cutting the bamboo frame and where your hand got hurt. You could have searched that place, so it was easy to identify the creeper. But they didn't do that. They just searched inside the forest from morning till evening. And for that, what is the reason? Another story he is saying. To that, he is replying with the other story. And what was the other story about? It was about the story of mongoose and cowcal. Cowcal, it is similar like a crow with a brown color of wings you can see. Not exactly crow, but similar to the crow. So now for that he is giving another reason, another story. And it is not a lengthy story, very short story. What is the story about mongoose and cowcal? Mongoose and cowcal will go for hunting snake inside the forest, and if the cowcal and the mongoose are bitten by the snake, what they will do? They will chew this leaf to cure themselves. He just says about the story of mongoose and cowcal. And here author is wondering why he keeps saying the stories, and it is whatever the stories he says, it is marvelous, it is fabricated. And here now the author is wondering because he doesn't have any teeth on the right side. All the right side teeth is fallen down. He is old. He has grown old. But even then, how come only right side teeth is not there? He is curious to know. Now the author is curious. Tejasvi is curious to know about the fact. What has happened for his right side teeth? Mara did not have teeth on his right side. Again, it's a 1 mark question. He did not have teeth on the right side. Had to chew everything on the left side. He was aged and perhaps they had fallen off naturally. But why only one side? I was curious. Yeah, naturally when they are aged, the teeth might be fallen. But how come only one side? Now the Tejasvi is curious to know about the fact of Mara's story that he doesn't have any teeth on the right side. So about his next story, already I had told about two stories. One is about the wound, he had a cut, and the next one is about mongoose and cow call. Now let's see the third story about his teeth, what he's going to say in my next session. Until then, have a good day. Thank you.